Take care, everyone.
You were amazing.
Oh, y'all are amazing. Oh my goodness.
That just
my soul got fed today. Oh my.
Me too, sis. You gave yeah.
That was like a good plate of soul food right there. I'm trying to tell you.
Baby, you know what? Good plate of soul. See, you giving me too much stuff into that. You know, I don't work well with that. People give me stuff and I'm like, dang it. Here we go, another one.
Look, always writing. Always writing. All right, welcome family to Relationship Wednesday with Tony and Lisa. I'm Tony.
I'm Lisa.
And today we have a special guest on. We have Reverend Dr. Alisha Tatem.
Come on now.
In the building.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
Let me give you a little something, a little quick bio on Reverend Tatem, okay? She is a proud daughter of Jacqueline and Melvin Tatem. She was born and raised in the Lehigh Valley, PA. Down in the valley?
Down in the valley.
Okay. At age 21, Reverend Tatem answered the call into ministry.
Wow.
And was licensed as a minister at Grace Deliverance Baptist Church in, get this, folks, Bethlehem.
Come on now.
Okay, PA. All right, that tell you right there where she going with her journey. Okay. In 2013, she was ordained as an elder at Grace Church International in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, she went from Bethlehem to Atlanta. All right.
All right.
In 2020, Reverend Tatem earned her Doctor of Theology in Pastoral Care and Counseling from Columbia Theological Seminary. She serves as a consultant for the James Lawson Freedom School in Allentown, PA. So you went back to PA.
Yes.
Atlanta. Okay. I'm sure you'll get it all that. I'm just stealing your thunder. I'm sorry. She also serves as a vision team leader of the Blank State community, which seeks to create spaces for people from diverse spiritual backgrounds to journey through life together in meaningful and creative ways.
That's awesome.
Reverend Tatem also serves as a program director of religious leaders at the Institute of Islamic, Christian, and Jewish Studies. Okay, we get into that.
Yeah, for real.
In this position, she develops educational interfaith programs for clergy and spiritual care providers who serve in and outside of congregational settings throughout Maryland. Reverend Dr. Alisha Tatem is passionate about building bridges across diverse communities and helping individuals fulfill their purpose and live into their destiny. Live into their destiny.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And fulfill their purpose. Now, come on, you know that's something that people are striving for, finding their purpose and fulfilling it.
Yes.
Reverend Tatem, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you all.
We're excited as well.
Yeah.
So family, you know how this goes. I do the bio and then I turn it over to Lisa. Little old you.
Well, excuse me while I'm over here.
Okay. Move on over.
Hey, right.
Let me tell you. Okay. So is that okay if I just call you Alisha?
Please call me Alisha. I was about to say, just call me Alisha.
I knew the answer, but I figured I would ask you. And let me tell you. So I met Alisha through Tammy. Okay, because Alisha was writing a book, and you know, I was fortunate enough to publish it.
Yes.
Help her give birth to this beautiful baby. Oh my gosh, let me tell you something. Alisha, when I first met Alisha, it's her heart is so pure. So pure. And it's so evident. It's amazing. You ever meet someone and they don't have to say anything and you kind of say something different.
Yes.
That and you can see God's glory on her. You can see the love and the care. You can see that she feels the pain of the people that she works with. And truly carries it, you know, and if you could take it all for them, I know you would, sis. I'm telling you, I see your heart. I see your heart. And it's interesting because when I met her, I knew that there were so many that were pushing for her not to be who she is and pushing for her not to get to where God would have her to be. They struggle seeing Alicia's light. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But her light is undeniable. And let me tell y'all something, folk. There's nothing you can do to take away sister's light. So you might as well stop trying. And y'all know who I'm talking to. You might as well stop trying. Give it up. God has dispatched his angels to protect this sister right here. She's fire. She's talented. She is a gift. This sister is truly made in his image. And that's no joke. And she's so humble. Because I read the bio and I said, hold up. All the time we spent together.
Not once.
Not once. Not once. Seriously, not once has she said, it's always for his glory. It is incredible. I feel like as much as she declared I gave to her, just being in her presence gave me so much more.
Wow.
You know, and you have no idea what kind of connection we're about to have after this, because sis,
don't make me cry over here.
Listen,
start crying.
You know I'm here for it.
I know.
And to be able to be a witness to your journey and to see what God is doing in you and through you and for you lets me sit in a space of, if he did it for her, I can only imagine. If I get a fraction of what he's doing for her, I'm good. And I'm excited because life has not tainted your heart.
Yeah.
And your journey has not made you hard, because I know your journey wasn't easy. Right? So for you to still be here with still such a pure heart, even for the people that wronged you. Come on now.
Lord.
Come on now.
Oh,
right? The fact that you're not saying,
Yeah, yes.
But that you're still praying for them and praising him in it.
Yes.
Listen, I can go on and on about your character, sis. I just want them to know how amazing you are. How amazing you are. Yeah. That's
Thank you.
That's it.
I wasn't expecting all that. I'm like,
that's what she does, man. She be breaking people down.
Yes.
You know, that's why I don't talk to her at all. So if she be breaking down, she ain't breaking me down. I'm a man. She ain't doing that to me.
Not today.
not on today.
Not on camera. Not on camera.
Camera, exactly. Oh my goodness. Wow.
But go ahead.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Alisha.
Thank you, Tony.
Tell the family what it is you do right now, what your mission is right now. What do you have going on in your life?
Oh, well, it's a lot. I have a lot going on in my life. And when you talked about purpose and living into our destiny, I often tell people my purpose is to exemplify the love of God in all that I do.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot of different forms. So right now, what I'm doing in my work life, as you read my bio, I call myself a bridge builder. We're living in a time of so much divisiveness, and I believe God has called me in this season to begin to build bridges, whether it's across different faith traditions, whether it's generationally. A lot of people don't realize I'm 40 years old. They like, aren't you 20? Aren't you 30?
Come on now.
Exactly.
Come on now.
And I also have a love for our elders. I think they hold so much wisdom. And so I love building those bridges across generations, across cultural differences. And so a lot of my work is about building bridges, and also just providing a platform for people to understand what our differences are and come to a better understanding. And so my day job is that I build bridges, but I'm also involved in the arts world. I am super, super, super excited. When I turned 40, I said that I want the artist in me to rise even more. And so as Lisa shared, I got my book. So I got a new book out called Our Body Belongs to Us.
Okay.
And so I am an author, and I actually did the book cover as well. So I am an artist in every sense of the word. So I'm actually doing some acting. I'm super excited about, yes, that's something new, Lisa.
Okay.
Super excited about this play that I'm involved in here in Baltimore called Don't Bother Me, I Can't Cope. And so
Wow.
so it's actually about the African American experiences. I'll put a plural on that because we know we're not a monolithic people and we have a lot of different experiences. So I'm super excited about being that artist in the theater world. I'm still doing a lot of artwork, helping people kind of bring their vision, whether it be in their books, whether it be children's books that people are working on. So I'm doing a lot of illustration, doing logos for people. And so I feel like this season that I'm in, God is calling me to express every single gift that God has put in me. Some gifts I don't even realize. I'm like, I didn't know I could do that. You know, I didn't even know that was in me, God. And God's like, I am opening up these, I feel like they're like gift boxes. And God's like, there's more in you, Alisha. There's so much more in you. And so me even acting is like another gift. I feel like God's like, I'm breaking that open. And doing a lot more singing. So I'll be singing in this play as well. And so the artist in me is rising up. And I'm super, super excited about how God is going to move in this generation through the arts. There's something about the arts that connects us in ways that other things cannot. There's something about the arts that bring people together that they'll be like, I have nothing in common with you, but you put on a good song, you put on some Michael Jackson, and people start dancing, you know? And so I'm super excited about how God is going to use the arts in this season. And I'm excited about being a part of that move. And so, please get the book, Our Body Belongs to Us.
Yes,
It's really about my own journey of healing using the arts. I also do liturgical dance. And so I'm actually going to be doing a retreat in April in Georgia, creating a healing space. We're going to be doing some movement. We're going to be rewriting our stories. I'll probably have people creating artwork as well. And so I'm in the midst of like putting that retreat together for women to really heal and to get to know who they are. Get to know who God created them to be. Because oftentimes we have so many labels that society wants to put on us, our family wants to put on us, and we neglect to see what God has said about us. And so the work that I'm doing specifically with women is helping them to find out who they are, who God has created them to be. So super excited about all that is going on in my life right now. And so thank you for letting me share a little bit.
Of course.
That's awesome.
Now, before we start with the questions, please tell everyone where they can get the book, where they can find out about the retreat and all of that stuff.
Yes. So you can actually get the book on Amazon.com. I'm also on Barnes and Nobles, and you just have to type in Our Body Belongs to Us, Alisha Tatem. I also have a website. It's called Uzima Collective, which is UZYMA collective.com. And you can find more about what the collective is. You can find out about the book and the retreat. Like I said, the retreat's going to be April 15th in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you go on my website, you'll get all of the information. You can follow me on Instagram, Uzima1111, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Alisha Tatem. Just type in Alisha Tatem and I'll be there. So please support as you can and participate in this movement that I feel like God is creating through me. So
literally move it.
Movement, literally, in every sense of the word.
Come on now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
That's amazing. I love the fact that you say you're bridging, right?
Yes.
Because again, that's what we try to do. We try to remove that religion piece out of it and talk about the relationship.
That's
And
it.
so many people get bogged down with this faith and this faith and this faith, when the true foundation of all faith,
come on now,
is Jesus Christ.
Come on now.
Talk about it.
So, you know what I mean? So that's awesome that you say, you know what, I understand your faith and your faith is great. However, let's see how we can both worship the same.
Yes.
The same, you know, so that's awesome.
Yeah. I think it's amazing that when you say that, you serve as a program director of religious leaders at the Institute of Islamic, Christian, and Jewish Studies
Yes.
Three very different studies, right?
Yes.
And most would say that's not possible to even put them in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's incredible how you're positioned for your purpose. Look at where you're positioned. Right. And that's what God does. God strategically position. Sometimes we're like, God, why am I here? And he's like, hold on now, you don't see the big picture. You don't understand. This is part of your purpose. I know it's uncomfortable and you're frustrated. And sometimes you're like, I'm not even doing anything here. But you are. But
Yes.
you are. And it'll make sense down the line. So I find it amazing that you're positioned there for what you're doing.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
God doesn't make any mistakes.
Absolutely.
None at all. And I'm always amazed when I look back on my own life, I'm amazed at the places God puts me in. And like you said, I don't always know why.
Yeah.
But a couple years down the road, it's like, oh, now I get it, God. Now I see what you were doing. But you have to trust the process, right? You got to trust the process.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
Yes.
Follow and be obedient and trust the process.
Yes.
There's so many of us get off the train too early. Right? He like, just wait till third stop. You get up a second. I don't like to get up a second stop.
Exactly.
I can't take it.
Oh,
I think I missed my stop. No,
but here's the thing. You always end up back on the train.
always.
Come on now. Now it may
Always.
take you a little bit longer, right? Right?
Mm.
But you end right back up on that train, much like who was it? Lot? They didn't want to go to the mountains. They was like, no, let me go over here.
Let me go here
Where
first.
they end up? Right at that mountain that they told them to go to, right in the
Right
cave?
back.
Okay,
Yes.
come on now. You know what?
Yes.
Listen, let me just go straight. I done did the zigzag. Zigzag don't work. Remember when Amari thought if you zigzag in the rain wouldn't hit you? You still got wet, boo boo.
You still gonna get wet.
Don't work.
Like, nah, it don't work like that, bro.
No.
All right.
Oh my goodness. All right, let me start with the questions because I'm really interested to hear your answers.
Yes.
So, my love, when did you fall in love with Jesus and what did that journey look like?
Ooh, I love this question. So I was born and raised in the church. Both of my parents were in ministry. And so I was birthed into the church. I always say, like, even when I was in the womb, I was probably in my mama's womb shouting because she was a shouter. She loved to shout. And so at 8 years old, though, I accepted Jesus into my life. I got baptized, but it wasn't until I was a teenager, 14 years old, that I began to develop the relationship that you all are talking about with Jesus. And I realized I was peculiar. I was different. I was real different. And so I remember as a 14-year-old, like feeling a void in my heart, like, I don't know, like there has to be more to life. And like I said, I grew up in the church, went to, Bible study, Sunday school, all of that, but I still was experiencing that void. And I remember I went to this conference. It was it's called DC 11. It was for young people across the nation. And I remember the speaker talking about there is a God-shaped hole in our hearts, and God wants to fill that hole. And I was like, I didn't know this before, but I was experiencing that. Like I was feeling like something is missing. I know I'm going to church. I know my parents are teaching me about God, about Jesus, the Bible, but I still felt that void. And I remember at that conference, like crying out to God, like, fill the void. And I was with thousands of young people. And to see thousands of young people hungry for God, crying out, that was the first time I've ever experienced that. And I remember leaving that conference with that void filled up. And I knew at that point, Jesus isn't just somebody that I study, I go to Bible study or Sunday school to learn about, but Jesus literally is like the friend that sits beside you and you can talk to like regular. Like you don't got to like holy, I got to have these holy. No, just talk to him regular. And when I tell you, I feel like Jesus became my best friend at 14. And I remember it was like my junior and senior year in high school. I was just, my friends were just like, Alicia's on something else. Like, we gonna go over here and do what we want to do. And Alicia's just on something else. And so, like, I had friends, but they weren't very close. And I remember like driving to high school in my car. Well, it wasn't my car, it's my parents' car that they allowed me to drive. I won't make no car, I'm making no car payments. But I remember being in the car and the conversations I would have with Jesus. Like he was sitting right there in the car with me.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And I just remember just sharing, like, you know, this is a hard year. Like, I feel like nobody understands me. I don't understand why I feel like I've been set apart. Like, just having those types of conversations. And I remember the comfort I felt with Jesus saying, like, you good. Like, it's okay that you're different. Like, I have a purpose for you. Like, don't try to fit in. Don't try to blend in.
Yeah.
And so really it was like in my high school years where I fell in love with Jesus. When I recognized, like, Jesus is more than what we read in the Bible, so much more.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they talk about like the hymns of the church, because my mama's a singer, so she always sings. And how you can hear those hymns and you don't understand, like, as a kid, you don't understand what they mean. Like, Jesus, the friend that sticks closer than a brother. I had no idea what that meant until like I had people in my life who didn't get me. I had my brothers. They weren't the best brothers growing up. They're amazing now,
They
but
never
growing
are.
up, why do I feel like y'all are my worst enemies? Like, this should not be the case. But because of the situations that I went through with my brothers, I understood Jesus being the friend that sticks closer than a brother.
Okay.
And so those hymns that I was raised with, I was experiencing that. I was like, I get that. I get that. One of my dad's favorite hymns, and my dad's not much of a singer, but you know, he can hold a tune, is "What a Friend We Have in Jesus.
Come on.
All our sins and griefs to bear." I understood what that hymn meant. It wasn't just like the hymn we sang at. Look, I get it. Yeah, what a friend we have in Jesus.
Yeah.
And so so really it wasn't until I was a teenager that I understood what it meant to fall in love with Jesus. And then I have to tell you, you know, so that love grew, that relationship grew. And then I actually went to seminary when I was 25 years old. And in seminary, you get a different understanding of religion, as y'all talked about, and theology. You're learning all about that. But really was in seminary, I think, that I fell in love with Jesus in a different way. I began to see, like, Jesus was like a revolutionary. Like,
Come on now.
It's like, if y'all really understood the barriers and the status quo that he was going after, like, y'all might not run with Jesus. And so I fell in love with Jesus in a different way. Because I recognized, like, no, Jesus was turning the world upside down.
Yeah.
He was literally turning the world upside down. And that put a fire in me. Like, this, like, it took my personal relationship with Jesus further. Like, no, you can be a generational change maker. Like, the structures and the systems that we are living by, we need to go into those systems and begin to change them like Jesus did. And so I fell in love with Jesus in a completely different way. Like, I was like, no, I want to make a difference in this world. I want to leave my mark. Wherever I go, I want to leave my mark. And so Jesus for me was an example of what it looks like to be like, yeah, you all have me in this box. I'm busting out the box. So yeah, that's a little bit of a journey. Of how I fell in love with Jesus.
Come on, the description of Jesus. Come on.
Yeah.
That's I love the fact that you said you felt, you asked the question, why am I set apart?
Tony.
And he says that you are set apart.
You are set apart.
Because you're mine.
Yes.
And you follow me. So yeah. And then to learn, it's amazing how he comes into your heart, right?
Yeah.
And okay, all right, Jesus, you're my friend, you're my father, you're everything.
Yes.
But then when you actually learn and study what he did and how he moved, Jesus was a G. He was a G.
OG.
OG.
The original OG.
The original OG.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and if you say, okay, well, how can I do the things that he did? How can I make change the way he did?
Yes.
Follow the blueprint.
Follow the blueprint.
Follow the blueprint.
Follow the blueprint. Yes.
So yeah, that's amazing.
That's
yeah.
It's such a wonderful thing. Again, 14.
Yeah.
14. And what a powerful statement for them to say, you have a God-shaped hole in you.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
Now, let me tell you something. The people that will hear this will go, oh my gosh, is that why every time I try to fill it, it won't fit?
Won't fit.
It falls through.
Yes.
It don't even get to cling. Because let's be realistic. If something is too small and you put it in too big of a hole, it goes right through.
Exactly.
Right? And no matter how you try to stretch and tweak it, shape it and turn it, it won't fit. Nothing can fill that hole, which is why a lot of people get caught up spending money on unnecessary things and doing some things.
Yes.
Trying to fill a hole that cannot be filled only but by God. So what a way for him to say that, for it to click for you.
Yes.
And realize, oh, that must be, my gosh, that changed the game that those young folks.
Yes, it changed the game.
Yes.
It did.
And
it did.
Such a simple statement.
So simple.
But it's crazy. Hello, the song, This Is My Exodus.
You
have holes in your soul, right? And now it's like, oh my gosh. And that's God meeting you, right? But that's God meeting you where you are. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this. And people are singing it, and it didn't click for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Until recently, we would hear the song and we would focus on what part of the song? I forget what part of the song we would focus on, and then all of a sudden it clicked.
It was the hole in your soul. We focused on that, but for me personally,
for you it was the overthinking.
It was the overthinking.
Ooh,
because that'll do you in, won't it?
That will do you all the way in.
Think past obedience and
yes,
get
you will.
disobedience realm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's my honey right here.
Yeah.
That's my honey.
Even with this podcast, right? I'm watching this YouTube and I'm watching that YouTube, and I'm like, okay, this is how they did it. This is how they did it.
Yes.
And we was listening to that song one day, and and I was joking. I was like, and I was mocking it really. I was like, the hole in your soul, and then it's like everything dropped out.
Yeah.
All I heard was, you're overthinking. Does anybody ever overthink?
Oof.
I was like,
Yeah.
Was you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I meditated on that thing, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, because like she says, you got the ultimate teacher.
Ultimate.
You could go to YouTube, but this is his.
Yes.
So who better to go to figure out how to set it up
than him?
Than him.
That's
right?
it.
So
that's it.
I said, I left all that alone. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get the camera. We're gonna get a mic, and we're going at it. We got a backdrop, and let's do it. And whatever else needs to be done, he will tell me what I need to do.
Yes. And the beautiful thing about how Jesus speaks to us.
Yeah.
And when we're in relationship is Jesus knows us better than anybody else. So how you're going to do a thing isn't going to be like how anybody else does it. It has to literally be how God created you. And I want to talk about even me being called into ministry. One of the things, talking about overthinking, I was like, I'm not going to do this like my dad, because my dad's a pastor. And so my overthinking was how ministry was going to look like for me. And so I was like, well, it ain't going to look like that, so I can't do it. And I remember like having that conversation with God, and God's like, I just want you to be you. That's why I created you how you are.
Right.
because nobody's going to be able to do ministry like you do it, Alisha. And that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so I had to stop overthinking and say, God wants to use me just like God created me.
Yeah.
If he wanted me to be anything else, he would have created me to be anybody else, but he didn't. He created me to be me. So that freed me. I was like, God just wants me to be myself. That's how he created me. So
living in a world that conforms so much, that is the most difficult thing to do, especially with social media.
Yes.
Right? Oh, they got 1 million likes, so I gotta be to get. Oh, they got all that money, I gotta be. And it's the most difficult thing to just stand as you are.
That's it.
Right? And not get caught up.
We found that out early.
Did you?
Yeah.
Early, you know, just doing the podcast part before we even did, and this is our first official YouTube video. Just so the family knows.
Just so the family knows.
We're on YouTube, but it's just the audio.
Right.
And we were doing the audio, but when we first started, we would go on like weekly.
Oh my gosh! Look at the numbers.
And chili. Oh, and
yeah. You can get caught up.
And then I was like, you know, this actually we were talking. It was like, you know what? It ain't about the likes.
No.
It's not about, you know, if we could change one person's relationship
just one
with God, then we've done what we're supposed to do.
Just one. Just one.
If we never get another follower or view, if we change one person,
that's it.
We've done God's work. And that's really what it's all about. So after that, like you're saying, friend, you know, on the audio part, again, it's layers to this thing. So we were there, but this video thing, I was like, oh, you know,
because there's a different exposure with that.
Yeah,
and
there is.
Put yourself up to things.
Yes,
and that's when you really got to ask God, just cover me, Lord, because the one negative critique will shut down a whole operation.
Yeah.
Right, and the one person that questions your belief, and God trying to defend me. Right? You know, Pastor said, God said, don't defend me. Just defend what you believe in. You're not going to defend me. Like,
I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm really good. Please believe.
I know who wins at the end. So
exactly.
Oh my goodness.
So it's
well, you know how I know?
Come on, God. Come on. Yeah, I you know, sis, I appreciate the fact that you shared that, and that you shared that he said to you, just be you.
Yeah.
And first off, answering to the call of ministry is a struggle by itself.
It is.
I battle that consistently. Like I say to him, you know, God has surrounded me with so many reverends, and he's like, interesting. And I'm like, no, it ain't that interesting. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not what we're doing. You know, before am I to tell God that's not what we're doing?
Yeah.
You know, but there's a fear, right? Because God doesn't call the equipped. And according to the world, how many letters you got behind your name makes you equipped. Let me tell you what I got behind my name. T. That's the last initial in my maiden name, and it's an N with Stevenson. That's it. I struggle with, how you gonna call me, God? I don't have no. He's like, I've already equipped you. Why are you worried about that?
Already.
Worried about all that.
Already.
What did my son do? Carpenter. Carpenter man.
Exactly.
So it's a consistent reminding.
Yes.
Build a closet and save a nation. Lord have
Ooh, okay.
Just zip this up real quick.
Come on.
Ooh,
my man.
That's good. And so, this is the beautiful thing about what God is doing in this season and in this generation. Is ministry is not going to look like, it does not look like somebody preaching from the pulpit. It does not. And that's one form.
Right.
But what God is doing in this season is taking a completely different form. And I think, I truly do believe this, is that it's going to be, because Lisa, when we meet, like Tony, let me tell you, every time I meet with Lisa, I'm crying.
I believe it.
I'm crying.
I believe it.
And so the ministry that God is birthing out of you, Lisa, and you, Tony, and what y'all are doing together, it's going to reach people that will never go into a church.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to reach so many more people because it's relatable. It's like, y'all are just regular folk trusting God through your journey and telling your story that I love the scripture that talks about we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony.
Come on.
Our testimonies are our stories.
Mm.
And so I believe.
How many people forget that second part though? They stop at the blood.
Because
don't nobody make me run.
Don't nobody want to tell their business. But what's
they don't want.
I don't want nobody to know my business, but the Bible is full of folk that told their business, and that's why you stand on the promise, because people told their business. God don't get no glory what you have in your, and it's not your business. It's his business.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
It's his business.
The life that we live is his.
Yes.
The time that we waste is his.
No.
You know what? See, you want to run. Okay, you know I ain't got much cardio now. I might do a bounce. But okay, because we can go on and on.
I know we could.
Let me ask you this next question.
Yes. Oof, my goodness.
See,
Ooh, okay.
I see how y'all get down.
Oh,
I see that.
You already know.
You didn't even need to come on.
No.
Bow out.
All right, my love. Who is God to you in your relationship right now?
Wow. Woo. God is so much bigger than I even realized. So I talked about, 14-year-old Alisha in my relationship, 25-year-old Alisha entering to seminary and what that was like. 40-year-old Alisha. Whew. I'm recognizing just how much God is everything. Like literally everything to me. There's a Ty Tribbett, he sings that song, everything, you're everything to me, life and breath. Like you are. So for me, God, I feel like I've had God in some boxes, and the boxes have gotten bigger. Gotten bigger. 40-year-old Alisha is like, there's no more boxes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like how God is unfolding who he is to me. Like, I feel like every single day I'm learning something new about who God is. And I still haven't exhausted, like we can't even wrap our minds around how big God is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like truly, we can't even wrap our minds around it. And it humbles me.
Yeah.
It humbles me because I recognize that in this lifetime, I won't even fully understand how amazing God, like we say, God is amazing, but like I fully won't even be able to understand that until I see God face to face. Like, and so God to me as a 40-year-old is like, I don't even have the words. They talk about like God being this mystery. It's like, yeah, it's like God is so present with me, but also this mystery, because it's like, I can't even fathom the glory, the love, I can't even fathom it.
Yeah.
I can't even fathom it. And for me, that's what makes this journey even more exciting. Cause it's like, I don't got God figured out. I do not have God figured out. Yeah. And I'm open to how God continues to say, oh, I'm going to show you a little bit more of me, a little bit more. I'm going to show you a little bit more. Your provider, your sustainer, literally the breath that you breathe, your creator. Like, God blows my mind every day. I'm in awe. Like I walk in awe of God because I'm just like, I didn't even know that you were just this big. I didn't even know.
I love it.
So
in one word, God is everything to me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I heard someone talk about Yahweh means breath. So every time you breathe, you're saying my name.
Yeah.
Tony. I said, I'm done. I put the phone down. I was like, I don't need to look at nothing else. Wow.
So imagine, so the breaths that we're taking right now. Oh my God.
Every breath, you're saying my name.
Every.
But then it makes you more mindful of what comes out of your mouth.
Yes, it
Because in the
does.
midst of me breathing and saying your name, what am I saying?
Yes.
Come on now.
And how often do they conflict?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
And this is the thing.
Mm.
Sometimes we take for granted the very breath we breathe, because it just happens automatically. Like, I'm not thinking about breathing.
Yeah.
And so we have to become so mindful of like, nah, I can't take this breath for granted, which means I can't take God for granted.
Yes.
Like you said, I have to be careful of the words I even speak, the thoughts that I think. Is this actually aligning with the God I say that I love and I serve and I want to be more like? And so there's a consciousness that comes when you recognize, like, God is the very air that I breathe. Each breath, there is God.
Yeah.
And so that's why I said it humbles me. Like, wow, you love us that much?
Wow.
You love us
Amazing.
that much?
Amazing.
Right? Imagine, I'm going to ask you this question, but
Yes.
just imagine if every single line we said at the end of it, we said Yahweh. How many lines will we not say? David,
Give me some quiet folks in this world. I say,
right? Imagine if we did that.
Yeah.
Just for a few minutes, because sometimes
sometimes
the conviction
Yes.
behind and it doesn't even have to be cuss words, just the doubt,
No,
the self-talk.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Challenge. All right. Let me come on. Because now I'm thinking about all the stuff I say. God, forgive me, Jesus. Forgive me.
Please.
All right. What stage are you in right now in your relationship with God, my love?
I love that. What stage am I in? You know what? I kind of feel like I'm back as a child, but in the sense of there's a playfulness that I'm experiencing with God now. Like I said, like this whole idea of like the creative in me rising even more. God is our creator.
Yeah.
And so the stage that I'm in, I feel like God is like really showing, like, please understand, I'm a playful God. I love to paint. I love to draw. I love to swing on the swing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's like this childlike wonder that I have with God right now, because I'm recognizing, like, what, like, you know, when you're a child and you're just learning everything like new, like you're just like, oh, you're just curious.
Yeah.
That's the stage I feel like I'm in. I have this curiosity about God and how God is creating in this season. And it's helping me to really tap into my creative side. And so there's this playfulness, I feel like I'll be like, God, you got a sense of humor. Some of the things that God does, I'm just like, you really have a sense of humor. And so that's the stage I'm in. I'm in just like this childlike, playful, creative stage with God right now. So it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
I love that.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Like a 24/7 play date with God.
Right?
Like you wake up every morning like, what we gonna do today, God? What we gonna do today?
Yes.
Oh my God.
What he say though? The children are his angels.
Yes.
You know, so why not be childlike with him?
But he says that.
You know?
Yes.
That childlike wonder, that playful stage, that, you know, again, you know, your children when they were little, they look up to you, right?
Yes.
Mom is everything.
Yes.
Knowing who mom is, but I still want to play with mom. I still want to play with dad.
Yes.
I still play with me, you know?
Yes.
They'll even tell you, play with me.
Play with me. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, why not be in a playful stage in that childlike wonder?
Yes.
Like, okay, God, what are you gonna do next? And
Yeah.
what awesome thing are we gonna do tomorrow?
Yes.
You know,
yeah,
that type thing.
And it helps us to look at our challenges different.
It does.
God, how you gonna work this one out? I'm excited, as opposed to, oh my gosh, you know, it
Time to get the rent paid, Lord.
It's the way you handle
it does
the challenge, but it also shifts what position you put God in, because we make the problem bigger than him, like you said.
do.
You know, and we sit next to God like he little going, look at that problem, God, how we going? And he's going, you got this, turned around, sweetness.
Exactly.
You're supposed to go like this. Look at this little problem. How we going?
Yeah, look at this little,
With this one.
that's it.
Here
Yes.
you go. You can take that.
You can take
Because
that.
think about it, we do that when, you know, if you had a challenge with a kid and you had your big brother, you came and you was like, yeah, what you gonna say now? We don't do that with our problem with God, and God is like, but I'm your big brother.
With the
Come on.
brother.
I'm there.
Come
You
on.
need to go with the problem and be like, ha, you ain't know? Look who I got in my corner. Look who I'm with, right? When we drop a name at a restaurant, oh, such and such, we don't question if the reservation is there. We don't question the table we will get because we know the power in the name. But when it comes to the name of Jesus, we whisper it like we're not sure if we're going to get the recognition we're supposed to. And he's saying, but there's power in my name.
My name.
Just say it.
Just say it. Say it.
We were talking the other day, and we realized, we like, you know what? We realize whose we are, right?
Yes.
And she said, God, like, why are you knocking on the door of the kingdom when you got a key?
Got a key. Stop it.
Oh,
stop it.
Ouch.
Like,
Ouch.
But y'all sitting outside. Y'all got a key.
Y'all got a key.
But you sitting outside. My children would never come here and say, Mom, can I go in the fridge? Because they know this is their home. You have access to anything that's in here. And he's saying, y'all my children, but you act like you don't have access. And the enemy fooling y'all with that nonsense, acting like he got the keys. He ain't got the keys you want. You got the key, but you sitting outside waiting, hitting the cold.
Oh,
I'm inside. This is your home. Come on, God. All right. You know,
Lisa,
y'all preaching up in here.
Y'all preaching up in here. But there is a level of trust that comes with recognizing you have the key. Like, do you really trust and believe God has given you the keys? Why are you acting like you a stranger? No, you are children. You are my children.
Making appointments.
Making help.
Hello,
Can I come over?
That you won't keep. Come on. You making appointments. You want to eat.
Help us. Oh my goodness.
God, I'll be there Sunday. I'll be there. Yeah, like, where was you? I thought you were coming.
Come on.
I cooked. I had the spread. You didn't come over. What?
And we gotta stop holding to the keys like we can't make copies.
Come on.
We act like the keys say don't make no copy, and we holding God in the pocket and hiding it.
Oh,
you can make a copy and bring another soul to the kingdom.
Come on.
Because there's enough room in the house for everybody.
Wow.
You know what?
Help. Oh, you helping me out right now.
Baby,
you are helping me out. Oh my goodness.
What?
He said that. I was like, okay.
Ooh. Wow.
That preach right there.
Yeah.
Sitting outside. He was like, enough with that, Lisa. Enough. You don't have it because you ain't come inside and get it. I gave you the authority to take it. Okay.
Okay.
They say you have not because you ask not.
But
look, he said in his word, we don't even have to ask because it's already ours.
It's already ours.
It's already ours. We ain't got to ask. We just got to go get it.
Just go.
Just go get it.
So I got my key.
Drop my name.
Drop my name.
Drop my name. Drop my name. Use your key.
You will get the best table.
That's it.
Yeah.
You will get the best meal.
Yes.
Because that's how I roll.
That's how I roll. Oh my God.
And you rolling with me, are you not? Yes, Lord, I'm rolling with you. Okay, well then act like it.
Yes. And you know the beautiful thing with the name, because that word is also about literally putting on the character. So what happens when you show up and you don't even got to say nothing? And people like, open the door.
Woo! Come on.
You don't even got name drop.
Come on.
Because you are literally walking in the character.
You draped in it. You draped in it.
You draped it.
You want to talk about drip?
Drip. That's the type of drip I'm talking about.
That's the type of drip you need right there.
People smell you coming.
Baby.
And they open up the door.
There you go. But that's when you got to question, what am I walking in? When they have to say, oh, are you a Christian?
Ooh.
Oh,
come on.
I need to go check myself.
Yeah.
Because clearly I put on the wrong clothes this morning.
Yep.
Because you were supposed to know that.
Lisa?
Huh?
You never have to question if that's a Gucci bag or not.
Come on, say it.
Because you know, looking at it, it's a
Say
Gucci
it.
bag.
Say it.
Looking at it.
But you also know the fake one, don't you?
Oh,
Okay.
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 Just saying.
I'm just saying too.
Just saying.
We just gonna say it in unison.
oh my goodness. Wow.
Mm.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I'm done. I'm
I'm
done, sir, because I need to go check my clothes. Make sure when I was
Check your outfit.
wearing.
check my outfit.
Check my drip too, you know.
Check my
make
outfit.
sure, you know.
I got my keys.
Got my keys.
Got my keys.
Oh,
Wow. Oof.
Go on now. You can fit. You can wrap it
I
up.
can wrap it up.
I'm good. You can wrap it up. I always get so much out of this.
Always.
This is amazing right here.
This
Oh my God.
was truly a blessing. So Alisha, what we do at this time, we normally give our guests an opportunity to pour into the family, right? Is there anything on your heart that you want to share with the family?
Yeah.
You know, words of wisdom, tidbits, whatever you have. The mic is yours.
Oh, wow. Well, first of all, let me thank both of you for this opportunity, for this platform. When I tell you, I'm like bubbling up with joy right now. Bubbling it up with joy. It's overflowing. But I think the word that I would want to share with the family is you are enough. You are enough. How you are enough. And whatever it is that your purpose is, whether it's writing a book, whether it's starting a podcast like my sister and brother over here, whether it's, whatever it is, whatever God has placed in you, this is the season for that thing to be birthed. And know that you are enough. Don't try to add anything extra that God ain't telling you to add. Just know how God is giving it to you is enough.
Yeah.
And so I just want to leave with that, because oftentimes we get caught up. Am I worthy of this? Am I enough? Am I do I need to add something? No, God's like, how I gave it to you is how I need you to deliver it.
Come on.
That's a serious reminder.
That is.
Wow.
Deliver it how I gave it to you. So family, you are enough, and live in your purpose. This is the season. This is it right now. This is it.
We receive that.
Yeah.
For sure.
My wheels are.
Yeah, your wheels always turning. I love the Being Me Is Enough, because that's your books.
That's right.
It's your book line.
Right.
Being Me Is Enough.
That's right.
So
God.
look how he works.
Confirmation. That's
how everything is intertwined.
Confirmation.
Yes.
He's working this whole thing out.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
All right. Well, then
All right. Well, one more time, Alisha, tell the folks where they can reach you.
Yes.
And find you.
Yes. The book.
And the book.
The
yes.
retreat, everything.
Please pick up Our Body Belongs to Us. I am on Amazon.com. Alisha Tatem. You can put that in the search engine. UzimaCollective.com. You can find me on IG, Uzima1111. And then you can also find me on Facebook, Alisha Tatem. So.
Alisha Tatem, and I feel like we ain't seen nothing yet. I know you were coming with some more firehouse stuff.
Thank you.
So, I'm here.
Family, definitely reach out to her.
Yeah.
Support. She's doing all things for the kingdom.
Yeah.
So let's be a blessing to her.
Yeah.
And trust me, you will get more out of it, like we did today.
And we'll put the link on our platform.
Absolutely. So you can go to our sites as well. And as always on YouTube, we ask you to click that like button.
Yes.
Subscribe, right?
Subscribe and ding that bell.
Subscribe and ding that bell so you know when new videos drop. Right? No, honestly, thank you so much, Alisha, for being on. It was a blessing. You fed us immensely today, and the family, I'm sure. And we will look forward to having you on again.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Probably after the retreat, right? So you can let us know.
Yes, please. I will. Yes.
And You want to say goodbye?
No, Alisha, this, you think this relationship with her?
Well, yeah, no.
I'll be saying bye.
Exactly.
We'll say see you later.
See you later.
Yeah, we'll continue this conversation.
That's it.
All right, family. There you have it. Love and blessings. Love and
Love.
blessings.